Greetings, things and times we're there with you. Little early on the scene, so we must send enough honor and privilege and respect to the World Jam Global family and technicians and presenters. One of the things I need to learn is names, not just one thing, a variant amount of things. We got to tidy up and do some things a little way different. Not too different, but a little way different. So I say greetings again because I just see the time. So I send requests to and greetings to the World Jam family, engineers, technicians, and presenters. And the listening audience, because World Jam is exactly what it says. World Jam Global and the .com. An international business. International. Reach out across the world. And our presenters, them come from all across the world also. Saying that, no, I've been asked to look at something that is important in relation to immigration and the only reason I'm mentioning it really, because it's not my platform, it is that the commonwealth is part and parcel and the main objective of the thing. And you see, sometimes when someone comes with a new thing, really, or come with a change, something different, some people stick their fingers in both of their ears, and some people remonstrate in different ways because it's not part of the norm. And several presentation I made was one that says that our ambassadors give us no representation. And maybe some people say, why is he speaking this way? Why is he discrediting our country or our island? If that being the case, try to reflect and ask yourself, is it about lambasting or being so critical just for the sake of criticizing, or is it a reality? Now here it comes. Push has come to shove. And yet again, we're being left to decipher for ourselves what to do from what not to do and how to do what to do. A big problem. You hear how me see it? It's a big problem. Because no two ones know what to do. We find ourselves in a boat that have several holes and it's sinking slowly. Really? If it's got several holes, how could it sink slowly? We have problem. And those of us who don't know England very well should have recognized the test case when they came. And the test case was this. Them let us understand through the news media that a group of individuals was deported and there were several people that were unhealthy or had certain health conditions. In any event, they were deported. And there was a lot of talk about who was not born here and who was here and who came here at a certain age. And most times, these test cases is the alarm. Something that we know, who live here a long time, know say we're supposed to pay attention to that. But as it seemed, it just passed by like everything else. And it is as you were. And our institutions that should have been, if we had on that and make us know exactly what is and what isn't and what we need to do as a people concerning this issue. Them kind of discussion, information has not been forthcoming. So we have been left to try and figure this one out ourselves. And too often, that being the case, that as individuals, we've been left to sort things out. But as a collective, we don't have the representation. So now you see, when we at Global, World Jam Global, ACIDIS, is not to just fire one shot because other people not do that. Something that we look at carefully and examine carefully over the years. You understand? When I talk about 5 years ago, that's why I mentioned 71 years. Over the years. So we are going to look into that and refresh people's mind and memory in relation to what it means to be a British subject, a British citizen with dual nationality or dual citizenship right now. And we are get to your plane. But at the same time, individuals have to take up them phone or jump on the car or the railway service and go seek advice from our embassies. May I tell you now, if you decide that you not do that and you go around the corner for some person that is 30 plus, you may not look down people's age, but I have to say it this way, straight up. It is that them have an understanding, no doubt, in relation to immigration, and them have an understanding to what people are talking about today as immigration rights and immigration law, but them don't have the fullness of the thing. So they're going to scramble around and give some people some hope. But the real service, you have to go seek our ambassadors. Trust me on this one. You understand? You're not going to get any other support that is really meaningful unless you travel to your nation's ambassadors. And now let's see if them can stand up for the people and not just stand up for independence. World Jam Global, Mr. Best Things in Time.
Wait, I wonder who that done so. Wait, one star, one man like you down here, so. Me think you don't go me alone live down here, so.
I would have say, wait. The works, you know. Cause right now I'm gonna make a black yard here. I go check a clapper steel, you know.
What? Them dangerous here, so watch it, yeah? Alright.
Well, I know, yes, sir. I'm gonna see the man. Yeah, can't tell you about the clapper steelers, I would say. A new breed of daughter traveling round town, as I would say. You got to keep your high hoping, as I would tell it to you. A kind of daughter called the batter he is, as I would say. A batter flat, I got to scatter. And for the people getting hotter. Until you bow the clapper steel. Got to be careful of clapper steel, as I would say. You don't want to end up in jail. And clapper steel are very scenic. And when they chew with you, you got to head for the clinic. Until you bow the clapper steel. Girl are really cool like a snail. Until you bow the batter healers, I would say. Yeah. You like to talk about concubine, but I say, man, you got to sublime. Kinda lazy you got to find, as I would tell you if you're blind. Yeah. A kind of daughter call a batter is, as I would say. Batter is, as I would tell you. And the dance all in the ghetto, you can find them on the hour, every hour. You can see the batter heels, a shower down the shower every hour. Yeah. And some I call them Lego bees, and a man I call them Maui geese. And some men say them come from west, and others say them come from east. Yeah. You gotta be careful of them batter heels, as I would say. And if the man want to live through creation, then you can really feel the vibration. If you want to take care of your structure, don't be no doctor, you know.
Man call I. Yes. Mr. Dictionary.
Anywhere but nowhere. Anywhere but nowhere. I can go anywhere and still be nowhere. Oh, oh. I could be across the sea and still be nowhere. Oh, oh. For the shadow of your love, like the moon above, it just keeps on shining through. I could go anywhere and still be nowhere. I could ride, yet not get by, and not be nowhere.
Yes, Casey White can go anywhere but still be nowhere. So we there England, and many of our people and our parents have been here over 40 years. And today it seems like even if it's 50, 60, it doesn't matter. So you see, sometimes when we are dealing with this thing called reflection, it is not one of them subject that we are make competition with other people. Because reflection is that which has happened. You know, it's our story, was not history yet. But we are reflect so we can go forward and we can make positive analysis. And then we don't have an opinion, we have views, we have vision. You see? So this is the conversation I give to people. So if you don't pick it up by now, you see me a lost cause. The Commonwealth. We drop that bombshell because if we look at it carefully, then we should try to understand what it means and take the benefits from it if there's any. If there are any. And at this point, we can see, say, that it don't have nothing in relation to anything common or any which wealth, any representation of immigration, us as immigrants, or our parents as immigrants, through immigration. And coming to the United Kingdom, that was then called the British Empire, and was also called the motherland. I'm giving it to you straight. And when you're under 40 and so forth, then it's something that you can resonate with. But if you're sitting among adults that's far older than you, them can help you and say, in my chat sense. And it's not about sense, I chat the reality. Because I too was here and still am. So I have to say that because you have the opinionated people that don't like certain vision. You see? So the Commonwealth, what is it? And we must remember something, those of us who studied history here and those of us who learned here. There was the British Empire. And there was colonialism or colonization. Britain ruled the way and controlled everything. And they said that them abolish slavery. I got that far to come up. And them left Africa and the Caribbean islands to themselves. It wasn't so. They established their systems in all of the colonies that they once occupied. The British Empire. It was the imperial sovereignty of Britain. And they made sure that all of those countries were sovereign to them. This is not everyday conversation that you're hearing. That means that the political structure that was there were British. So we can't get into this. I didn't want to do this because people get into the argument about who's running what, where, and when, and how long, and who polluted what, and who took what, and who ran here and ran there, etc., etc. So we just get this whole big thing about this person who did run the place and that person who didn't do this, and so on and so on. But you know what? It still is, but the people who constitute and who administer all of that is not the people them that you think or you recognize. The government, the institution is British. They have to do it precisely what the masters request them to do. And in some cases, want them to do. And in other cases, those ministers do more than what they are asked to do, because them see opportunity to advance their family and themselves. Hence why many of them are called corrupted. So we don't want to go down there, because that's another argument that people love without realizing that them can't do nothing else. Them cannot. Unless there's a revolution. But anyway, we don't want to stray down them way there, because, you see, and I said that because of the opinionated people, and this type of subject is not mine, and people have 100,000 views and opinion, and they get irritated that their way is the best way. But anyhow, the British Empire, the imperial sovereignty of the British Empire is what established the Caribbean and the 52 states of Africa, and now the 52 commonwealth heads that Britain governs. And they govern it from a distance. That's how it's meant to reflect, from a distance. You see, when you're proud of your knowledge and your administration and your structure, you can do this. When you are proud of these areas, you can do this. So they've been very proud that we are good servants and we follow the lead in administration and governance in the which way they ask us to do. So, sovereignty and then independence. We were only independent in a degree that they sought it to be. None of them are independent. Not one. They masquerade as if they are, but they are not. And hence we are now going to see that in the reality. We will see it in the reality. All the other times we see it in a fantasy, because we think, say, everybody that fought for independence were granted independence. But you see, when you decide to come out of this commonwealth structure, them drop sanctions on you and squeeze you, because the land that provide the substances that you require is run by them. The services that you need to survive as a people, the functionality is run by them. The administration to governance is run and administered by them. So the minute you decide to opt out of something, them squeeze you, sanction you, and squeeze you tight. So you can't do nothing. You can shout and scream, hullabaloo, but you have to conform. So we can take a reference to Cuba and see if Cuba never show us what independence look like when you don't have sweet tooth, when your eyes are not wide open, you're contented with the land that you have, and you make good use of that land to suit your needs, your requirement. So greed is none and void. Lust is none and void. Wishing for what others has doesn't exist. Contentment is the key. So you have to research the history of Cuba, not of Fidel Castro, but of Cuba, the people, and see the mental form of that of that revolution. And you will understand something. We will understand something. I'm saying that to say that if we were free people, this what is happening today for what we were previously called undesirables would not show its ugly face in the 21st century. And then to think of all that our families, all that we, the children of the slaves, but all that our ancestors, the slaves, has rewarded or awarded Britain and Europe. And in this time, to be faced with this type of rule of law, criminal, it's inhumane. There's nothing in relation to human rights in this. Regardless of the individuals that's being deported have committed crimes. But them crime is not crime against humanity. Because we want to find them people that have weapons of mass destruction. We want to find them people that is looking like me, that has created such horror and destruction to anyone. Yeah, we have them ones that fall out and become this and that and do some pillaging and, But we now have people them who commit crimes of mass destruction and inhumane and attacking multitudes of people carelessly. We don't have that. So for one now to decide that them going deport people them who's in prisons, that's the start of the thing. And then if it is factual, people them who don't have upright paper are people who have not renewed certain documents because the state records are in disarray. Something no right with that. And my mother today made me understand something. If your system is far short administratively, how can you go and find Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Peter, and Paul, and Matthew, and Luke? How can you do that? How can you determine that's in Corinthians and you go find them? It's not possible. It's not possible. So on one side you're saying that your administration is not working. You have a problem with it. And on the other side you're finding people from 1950 And at the same time, some of those individuals, even that come here in the 60s, they must have moved 17 or 18 times inside the constituency that they're in, and many times outside, which means the local borough they're in, they move inside it and outside of it, and find themselves in all forms of places, all kinds of districts, from London to Manchester, and sometimes back several times, because it's accommodation they're looking, let alone employment. It's accommodation they've been seeking. And then you have this thing with them called gentrification today, where peoples have been moved from here to there, left, right, and center. And then all of this moving, you just think says just them butter pan. It's your clothes and your administration that you're having to take care of. Passports and documents, which is what the documents have been. The registration documents that they've given their parents when they first come here, that allow them to get welfare support, and the same number allow them to go and register for employment. Now there are some people that could remember them numbers, and other people that can't remember the number, so them keep the card, lost the card, and then what? Some people never know, so them can go back and re-register or register to get a new card. And some people, when them did that, the number that they got, then recall it and say, yeah, I made this. That was the number I did have. So I'm saying all this to people to make them know, so that the system in this country don't break like that. And my mother today made me understand something. They used to tell us data. And them time them already had the computer, but they never made it publicly known. So they say, our data. Boy, me nearly dropped down. I said, Mom, wait a minute. You know all these things all this time? She say, you think I'm a fool? Do you think your mother's a fool? The word they use was data. And that's the thing you all are using today. Your database. Now it become popular to the public. So don't let them fool you to say that them don't have. They've mislaid or it's decayed. It's not possible. And still knocking people's door. You see? Now this woman that I'm speaking of, my mother, we're talking about 93 years old. We're not talking about 48 years old. I want to overstand that. The opinionated individuals. So without straying away now, the imperialist sovereign state, United Kingdom, Great Britain, as it was once known, took on the model of Rome. Took on the model of Rome. What is that? Rome was an empire also. And it owned many lands. And it bought those lands under their jurisprudence or their jurisdiction. And they set up bases within those colonies or those countries to administer those colonies, those countries. Why is this so important? It's important that to tell you because those people who are already being deported couldn't get any representation from the islands. because the imperial British government controls. So what they say, you have to do. Now, where does that leave us who live here? That leaves us in doing, if we haven't done already, that which is right and proper. What is that? Make sure your paperwork is up to date. And not very much, so much up to date. Make sure you do have your dual nationality papers, or your citizenship documents, or your British passport. Now you have some people, you see, they want to be proud, arrogant, strong, and wrong. Like, what may I do with a British passport? Well, if you want to push up your chest on that one account, stay there and run up your gum now. And then when them come, oh, I'm very sorry, sir. No, you won't be sorry. There will be no communication. So you have to deal with the real things. Proper information. The first one is to check yourself. Talk to your family. Make sure you have all these papers are readily at hand. Make sure. Second, visit the embassy. Because you have to be in the know. No time for scratch. And believe say that 2 words you drop about how Britain this and that is going to help. It will not. I like to tell things the way they are and not play around the bush. Cause we are going, some people are going like say we're strong in this one. But how many ever battles we behave the same way and lost? This is not cricket. This is not cricket. I tell you. What this is an embarrassment to our families. It's an embarrassment. Because the children them that born here come from them families. And the children them that come here came from those families. And after 5 years of immigration, they was allowed to have children. They were allowed to have their children. Them who had children already and was allowed to come in this country, knowing that the government them know them have children, was allowed to send for their children if they had the finance to do that. My mother made me to understand that through immigration, if you are a parent, you were not classified as one of those. You could not make the trip. You couldn't put your name down on the register because they did not entertain families or women who had children, especially women. Hence, when you are here, you find out that it was not just no dogs, no blacks, no Irish. It was that if you had a husband or boyfriend, you were not allowed to have a flat. That's one. And two, if the state found out or realized that you had a partner, you had to split up. Factual. When my mother dropped that on me today, I said, I hear these type of talking. She said, no, this is real. It's real. So that's the Britain that they came to, you know. And she also reminded me something, that immigration was a selected, which I did understand, but she said, remember something, we didn't just turn up here. The great number of people were selected for jobs to come to this country to do certain works. And the others came and did menial works. And I think I've said this before on this particular issue in relation to Commonwealth. You see, when I reflected on Lord Pitt, man them like Roddy Kentish. You understand? So, immigration. The Commonwealth, the imperialists, and Rome. Yes, Rome. Britain and America is Rome of yesterday. And we shouldn't see it no different if you study the history. That which is being shouted out over the pond, has it not been here? Mom said for the last 10 years, this deporting such and such been going on. It's not yesterday or last month or last year. And I said, no, hold on a minute. She said, no, it's been going on over and over, very secretly. It's only the media that make you all realize such and such. But it's been happening. It's been happening with people who commit certain crimes. It's been happening where some districts that the prison population is so high and there's so much from certain islands, so they send them down there to serve their time, get them out of the country at the same time. It's a double whammy. And I said, wow. She said the most pitiful thing about this is those people, it's only their families. So when them send a young person and they don't have any family, they don't know the place, how they gonna survive? So she said, now you see how you're gonna start crying now? Them change the situation. And at this point, you all are asking for reparation. You have been hurt. She said, God gonna help you, but I'm on my way out. And the things at the table have turned again. My son, independence is the best thing in your life. Try to be independent. She said, that's all I can ask you to do. Try to be independent. See? So that's a 93-year-old woman. And came here. And worked here. And my father too. And many of our other parents. And this is what immigration are now offering the children of those people, whether they were born here or came here, whether we've broken the law somewhere or not. So cross the pond now, you hear this man I say such and such, and over here you see the reality of the thing already. And if mom says, since my mother says, since 10 years ago this thing has been taking place, who informed the community about these things? What institution the community have in responding to these things, which they should have been responding to them in relation to what my mother have said in relation to 10 years prior to what is now happening 2016, now 2017. And it's got so much people them back up. Rightly so. Now the first time myself personally know something about this is when one brother created some havoc and looting and said things that he should not have said, period. But he did. And them take him to Old Bailey. There was a long case, and he was found guilty of not being dishonest, but against, what him say, the new word about political correctness and such things. And those people from the Caucasus Mountains, those Askanakis, them put them foot down on them chest. And him serve a prison sentence only for hurting people's mind. I tell you. But at the end of the sentence, them deported him. And they made it such that one time him left and him left Jamaica and he went to Nigeria and some other area in Africa and gave him talks and da. And soon as him reached back now, they met the government know, say that, listen, that is not part of the deporting him. He should not have this type of privileges. You see? And then my conscience prick up to think like, hold on a minute. You deport the man from this country and now you're prohibiting him from going outside of him country to other countries. No, man, you're going like mafia. You see? And that's what happened. And I've been paying close attention to what he's been able to accomplish over these years. And that's the first one I knew about and realized how serious they are in relation to this deporting. And him never commit no crime, really. The only crime him commit is that he offended people and he was not politically correct in relation to that law of political correctness. And the Askanakis could not tolerate him. Could not or would not, whatever the deal is, they did not want him. They find him to be a threat. And that was the end of him. But in short and long, why that was appropriate to me. We were all students. It's just that he got a scholarship to go to Alexandria University and Saudi University to learn. And he graduated with high honors. And he was very eloquent, but he followed people that didn't look like us to do their bidding. And the individuals who opened up the passageway for him told him explicitly to go back to Jamaica and set up institutions. Impart your knowledge to your people. But he stayed here and somewhat tried to do what other people then wanted him to do. You know, he became a mouthpiece. His intelligence is still there, but he's far from us. Lacking resources. But the best resource is himself. And that's the only one I knew about. And it affected us very much. But at the same time, I was able to say, listen, if you did pay attention to what was said to you, you would have gone home and do what you have to do properly. But your ears were too hard, man. You look for fame. You understand? And he was one of our tops. There were at least 7 that came out of Alexandria University and Saudi University with high grades. And not reading Arabic like parrots. Them can translate. Eloquent in English and eloquent in Arabic. Fusa Arabic. And precise in writing. Oh yes. So we have them, but they may also have disturbances. So the Constitution of the Commonwealth, I did tell you that we need to know what that is. The Constitution, what does it represent? Who does it represent? Who's the masters of the construct of it? Now you know, say Britain. But what is the Constitution? So I'm saying to people, again, we need to go and see our high commissioners. We need to pay attention and go and knock the door of the embassy. And better early than late. You understand? Because you can do something for another person. You not just do it for yourself. Because once you go inside, you make the appropriate appointment and get the appropriate information. You can then condense that and share that likewise with others. And share the thing properly. You understand? Don't make people believe something that never happened. That's the type of thing we need to do. We have to be now dutiful to self. You understand? So you have to help one another. We have to help each other. And don't think that information you got is most exclusive for you. Share it amongst others. The administration is what you need. You don't need them people that just give advice. You don't need the clerks that sits on the desk as, what them call them, can't remember them name of them people. You understand? You don't need them ones. You need the administration, the people them that have authority, the people them that have directives from the High Commissioner and have representation in relation to immunity, to civil service and civil justice. You need those people. You don't want to see clerk. You understand? You don't want to see no desk clerk and them smile and grin with until they say, no worries, everything's safe, man. You're not a criminal. You don't want them people there. You want to see the commissioner or deputy commissioner. If we don't do this thing correct, they will continue to get off with not doing anything for us. Because I've been telling you, they only turn up for independence celebration and give some speeches that accounts to friend of a friend of a friend. Now, why isn't it that them give us the instruction to set up or the means to have banking system and the means to have health service and educational platform as a people? Huh? It's a big question, yes? And then those friends of friends, they help their friends of friends to get scholarship for their children. So it happens. A whole heap of things happen. But not the rightful things. Looking after their citizens. Looking after the expats. Looking after the commonwealth citizens. That's what we are. But are they using that construct? Are they realizing that law? Are they eloquent in that law? Do they stand firm to a dominant? I think not. Because even though someone has committed a crime here in the United Kingdom and then the deporting of those people. That is a rule of thumb of government institutions to discuss and argue. And only that should mean to us is that there ain't no Caucasian in the Caribbean or in African jails. So you see, it seems that black is wrong. Because if there are such people in penitentiaries, in prisons, on the islands and on the continent, likewise, tit for tat, butter for fish. But that's not the case, man. It's not the case. And then in Jamaica, when Mr. Cameron visited, and the government of this country, it is said to want to award X amount of millions in pounds to build new prison and refurbish old prisons. Test case, something that we've been discussed for years. This only came out because of a visit and some media platforms were privileged to a certain announcement that they've decided to release there and then. And what did the previous government say? That they want to make the island a republic, something of this nature. Was that a test case too? To see how if the water was going to stay clean or was it going to become murky? What was that all about? An announcement so early in the day and don't have no troops, no followers for the suggestion. And at the same time, the reparation, application, and announcement were being tabled. Check it out. Isn't it synonymous that these things happen? Everything pointed to corruption. And now we're back to where? Zero. That's why I can now say it's imperative that we organize ourselves and develop an umbrella group that would bring about some institutions. Now it's more now necessary, isn't it? It's not a laughing joke, but I laugh to think that some people say, this guy just a chat rubbish. It's now more potently necessary. Because the only time we act is when there's a crisis. It seems to have to be a major crisis. So I hope that people look at this one as major, because it is. It's a disrespect for our ancestors, as a disrespect for our mothers, for our parents. And it's a dishonor to us. Because many of our children see themselves as black British, not even African British, you know. And I did say one of the times too, there's going to be a divide. It's going to be the African, Caribbean, and the black British. And there will be a middle class. And you see the BBC, them few that made the money call themselves black British. And they were absolutely proud of it. And their parents were not. Their parents come here through immigration for selected employment. Many of them I knew, and many of you know them too. You understand? But they were proud of it. They showed this proudness. And today they will say the same thing, because they said that thing not affect me. That affect them fools. And the reason they were called we fools is to say, well, y'all cling on to this African thing, and in the Africa you live, or Britain you live. You see? So this is where the highly opinionated arguments up and down this country among us has got us stuck in quicksand. And we allow those people to go on platforms and speak in relation to us and our struggles are up and down. And they get a lot of attention. And many of them have so much skills. Welfare, social workers, teachers. Listen, I've named them all before. I know a number who have made money out of music. Chart stoppers. Blockbusters. You understand? So the generation that is with them see themselves just like them. And they want to live in Essex, Sussex. They don't want to live among black people. They don't want black people to be their neighbors. They want to talk like, it's all right, mate. How you doing, Harry? It's all right. And give you a little Chris Eubank on the side. That kind of stuff. Nothing wrong with it, really. But who are you? I can do all of them. I can give you a little Bromley, up in them Birmingham and things like that, and Liverpool too, and all this kind of stuff. These are fairy tales, man. The fairy tales. The real substance is what we do with the talent, the skills that we have acquired over the years being in Britain. Not about arguments about who know this and who know that and still doing nothing but cold fat. Ignorance, man. Now push come to shove, commonwealth a kick we in with face and make we know say we're undesirables. That was on the table with Enoch Paul. This is nothing new. And now the friend of the friend, which is brother and sister, across the pond, is being legislated to tell it as it is. One minister jump ship and a woman take over. And everybody use Brexit or whatever it is, European, out of Europe, as the cause for a lot of things. No. That thing they don't build like camel. It don't have no hump. And neither does it walk like an elephant. It's a goat. Straight here. And it don't punch. Neither do it kick. It just tell you as it is. Yes. And they're stubborn in their ways. This a goat is very stubborn in its ways. Can't move it. You have to drag it down. Straight here. I'm saying this symbolically for those who have an understanding, man. And my grandmasters, it's time you all help the African Caribbean community in this country now. It's time. Don't sit back and be secretive. It's time when I help your people. It is full time you all help your people. Stephen Lawrence should have been the last that no help was awarded. This one here now is like a crisis. Is this Exodus? Who is Pharaoh at this point? And who are the undesirables? And what is the Commonwealth all about? I'm telling you, sleep with it, work it out, think about it, put it on YouTube, put it on everything you can. Now look for a tune. World Jam Global, Mr. Best Things in Times. We're there with you, man. Bosses can do it wrong. My mama did grow me, man. But my grandparents baptized me. You understand? Yeah, we want to get one big youth. Because I tell some people them out there, so they step on calm. Settle best. Stop being a stranger. We don't keep secret on World Jam Global, man. Bits of paper. Don't you walk and don't you talk and don't you try to even skylark. Bits of paper lying on the ground. This to do them thing they doing. Now yesterday, the year before yesterday, the day before the day before. Yes, man. hear you.
Goodness gracious,
Lord God.
Lord God. Hey, look at that. To the melody, unto the. Key touch me if you say so. And if you talk like sing a song to the alright. Big stuff paper. I tell you, the banging on the ground. The bits of paper littering all around. I beg you pick them up and down. Say, until the sun will lead the way as I was. Can you keep a secret? Tell you, can you keep it in your mind? That can you keep a secret? Got to keep it in your mind, as I would say. And don't you laugh, and don't you talk, and don't you skylark. Got to, good guys, you got to keep it in your mind. Now swing your down the line to the son of the Reverend Judge Roy Mappin. So never cat and soon beyond the scene, right down even, as I would say.
Yes.
Charlie, what's going on?
Oh, my brother. Yeah, we had discussed the Commonwealth situation with the deportees.
Okay.
All right, well, let me just raise you, eh?
All right.
Yeah, you're online wise, you know.
I'm on live.
Yeah.
All right, watch this. Let me greet you first, right?
Yes, my brother.
So first, I got to greet my man, Sarley. Long time no speak at home. Kind of feeling sick this week. Yeah. Call you to hear me get teached. That's how it go, kid. We got to talk the real speech. I just gave you a little lyrical greeting.
May I tell you, man, I love it.
Up, man?
Love it, man. Love it.
Now watch this, Sarley, man. All praise be to the Lord of the worlds on the issue of this Commonwealth thing.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? All right, now we got to go back to basics. If you don't mind me saying, if you give me permission to just drop a few arrows.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? All right, we go back to basics. Basics state what? What came first, the chicken or the egg? No basic stuff. Following on from that, as we always know, you've got different species, dogs, cats, nature, animals, plants, the whole kingdom of creation. Everything is distinctive. Okay, you can have a dog in a stable, but it'll never become a cow or a mule or whatever. It's a dog. I don't care wherever it's born. So what people of African descent need to understand is you are who you are, no matter where you're born. You are who you are. Anytime somebody wants to make any type of ruling, these rulings are just coming now, or they're coming more heavily now, right? But it ain't like they've been going on for years. But it's just that they've not had a lot of scope on them. But when we look at the reality, they're sweeping everywhere. Everywhere where the African ex-descent person is, so any one of us who are descendants of them slave ships, whether we like it or not, look where we are. Huh? The pressure's been on. In America now, post-Trump, they target, they've got these 7 Muslim countries, but also they target them Caribbean peoples, especially Jamaicans, sweeping up little cafes, man. Immigration. Dudes are getting dipped. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So we got to keep it real. It's about, listen, as I was speaking to Amen Abdul Kareem earlier, I was like, listen, my parents always telling them, brethren, doing to a stone behind them. And this is a sad thing, because within our certain classification of collective as Black people, we tend to do that a lot. We don't tend to generate resources from central within ourselves and organize, right? We tend not to do that, and what we tend to do is reach certain places and block church stone behind us to get where you come from. Huh? Anybody that's got Caribbean blood, you better be building with your Caribbean, go retrace your ancestry back to the motherland. But you better build there because your gene pool, you got a lot of your gene pool there. So, you know what I mean? So we got to keep it real like that. I got a lot of my gene pool there.
Mm.
I was speaking to my mom earlier about the gene pool and giving shout outs. Yeah. Holla at so and so. Boom, boom, boom. Why? Because it's integral into a man's oneself, man. It's integral into his being.
Yes, it does.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And at the end of the day, let's go. I keep saying we look at equal opportunity and equal ops on policy. I keep saying to people, you better understand this thing. We have a little bit of a as what they quote unquote what they call now BME. Wide scale now. Most people fight for the same pot of money in any council now. It's BME, wide open. Not just the blacks, whoever now. Everything's being wide open now. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at this particular issue and we look at what's happening, listen, brother, with us, you know what I'm saying, we just letting it go by and by.
Mm.
Until, unfortunately, and I'm sorry, I said to my children, you know, and of course, we're community, we're youth mentors, as you know, that's our background, regardless, in the sense of community. That's what I'm doing to this day. Yeah, and I know you're going to always do it to capacity just from what you do in the communities. Obvious.
Yes.
I ain't stupid.
Yeah.
Just from your connection, your links, it's going to run past whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
But the thing that we look at now with the younger generation, unfortunately, right, maybe that's like a communication between us and them, but unfortunately, culturally, they're being more or less eradicated culturally. Soon they'll have no culture of knowledge of self, just from who they are. Said to my kids a few weeks ago, I say, who do you see when somebody first looks at you? Who? And my kids are from 7 to 13 now. I mean to 15. I'm like, who? What do they see? Your colored dad. Thank you. Before anything, just know who don't know you. Now who know you, who do not know you, first they're going to look at how you look. That's your first visual, and vice versa to anybody else from your eyes, on outward. You look at that person's appearance of how they look. That's everything from color to dress to everything, appearance. So that's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not faith. They don't know your faith. Yeah, you can be visibly dressed in that if you choose to, right? And if you are dressed in that, you are then seen as a black person who is a Muslim. Have you noticed that?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because still the emphasis is on your skin. So at the end of the day, my point is you got to know who you is. Another thing I did as a good advice to anybody out there that I've done myself, so I'm not just going to say something, say doing, I ain't doing it, is 3 weeks ago, the Green was talking about it. I was watching Roots with my kids, the new one, right? And then what do we do, Saul? We break that down in like a session with my children now. No joke. You know what I'm saying? So they talk about how they felt, what they saw, what they remember about it, and all of them was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And the answers that came back when I was dissecting it, one of my kids was like, yeah, because what makes you angry? Because blah blah blah. Because that's a black person taken into a slave. Now that's not a black person. That's you. That was hard hit when I said to them, that's you. So the black person is you. That is you.
Mm-hmm.
Not a black person.
No.
Nah, do not look at it like, see, this is where the fake and the weak actual teachings are being advocated. No, not you. That's your disposition, especially if you're descendants from enslaved ships. I keep saying.
Mm.
So you in any of them islands, that's you.
But I found this new one to be very violent.
Yeah. And Charlie, isn't it quite deep, because, me being born in the 70s, but I got caught, I got the first generation roots, of course, as you did before me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I got the first generation roots, you know what I mean? So we embodied it that way, you know what I mean? Of, with Lamar Burton playing LeVar Burton and, all of the 70s one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got that one. So playing Kunta Kinte, so we got that one. So, but at the same time, this one now, now I'm looking at the way that they're actually kind of built, how they built with it in a sense of dialogue.
Yeah. But I found it to be very violent.
Yeah, of course. No, most definitely. But at the same time, again, if it was to be like for like, and what actually happened, it'd be worse than that. So,
Yes.
as we know ourselves, so you know what I mean. But at the same time, so this is, and you got to remember, it was on national TV, and then it's on catch up. You understand?
Yes.
So it's something that the world of television wants the British viewers to view, right? Obviously, because of the way that it's been displayed.
Yes.
So it's something that the British viewers want. Television wants the viewers to view.
Yes.
So since they want the viewers to view that, honestly, all praise be to the Lord of the world, being a man on my guard with my children is, I might as well let them view that than me giving commentary.
Yes.
And me exploring it emotionally, and me reminding them that look, you have to understand what kind of atmosphere this will bring. Yes, it will bring sympathizers, and we're talking about from those who are not implicated in the sense of descent. So those who are more or less offspring of quote unquote the class of perpetrators, and those that, oh wow, what's that? You're gonna have sympathizers. You might have those who are a little bit going the other way to say, might laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
You're there. Then you got to watch me. That's why I'm being real with it. And you got the jokes in the school, little side jokes, in the school, and oh, you laugh, nothing. These things happen depending on who's viewing or who's watching. So, as a father, I got to arm my children in the sense of knowledge of self. So, and that ain't just reading a verse of a scripture, and that's looking at the contemporary issue. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And looking at how your cultural resilience from day one, especially, me speaking to my mama today, that's a nucleus, man. That's energy, man. Wow. You know what I mean? So all praise be to the Lord. Me speaking to my mom and going back and backtracking and like, yo, man, listen, rampant thing, man.
No, it is not.
Certain teachings you got to pass down, and that's a whole thing. One thing I will say about the roots aspect of what it kind of represents in a broader scale is pass on your roots to your youth. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to be even in a general framework, I would just say pass on your family heritage to your kids. You know what I mean? So, of course, our children pick up DNA and traits from both sides of the family. Oh, you take out for your mother, you take out for your boom. Or you look like, so, or you like, or, there's all that in our, in our family trees. So to say, so we got to pass that thing on, right? Regardless of what people think, quote unquote, a religion's supposed to. Nah, man, this is garbage. You know what I mean? All we got to remember is this, and that's from a religious perspective. If I was to go in any of, and I'm not being biased, any of the as what they're called to today's religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, all three are distinctively ethnic, dark-skinned in their genealogy. Facts.
Yes, factual.
There's no running. There's no time to run no more. All three are distinctively dark-skinned in their origin, where they come from. All three. So all three, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. If we look at all three, you look at all three in their ethnology, distinctively, they are dark-skinned. Distinctively, both in Christianity, of course, because Judaism don't really accept what they call with the J, Jesus, but the J don't exist, but what they call. But as far as if you look at the Nasara Christianity or the Muslims, distinctively in descriptive knowledge, he is dark-skinned with kinky hair.
Yes, sir.
So there's no running
from
this. There's no point. I'm not dodging it or whatever. You have to look at its origin, the real truth, not the rainbow bright, happy-go-lucky one. No, the real. What does it really say? What is the real description? So this is what it is. Shadid, and in Arabic now for the Muslims and the Messenger's family himself.
Yes, sir.
I What they need to understand is, and they cannot run. They like to run, but unfortunately for them, and fortunately for those who are seeking truth, which is the Lord Himself, the description is Shadid al Udma, very, very black.
Black.
So there's no running no more.
There's no running.
So we have to face up to this thing. We have to face up to this thing. So if I now can go in the genealogy of the messenger of Ali ibn Abi, watch this, Sali. Isn't it great? Again, going back to non-objectional seeking knowledge, empirical knowledge from sources, not from other sources telling you about this, from their own soul system, their own source itself. Just imagine for somebody that comes into Islam and they find out that, especially Ali, may the Lord be pleased with him,
yes,
is Shadid al-Udma, very, very black.
Very black.
Huh? How does that feel that people would hide that from you? It wouldn't be really accessible for you to know. Covered up. Why?
Why
is that? What is the reason?
What's the reason?
Huh? And you know what? All praise be to the Lord. It all links back to the policy you're talking about. Huh? I hate to say it, the dark-skinned person.
Yes.
Comes all the way back to point number one. He's the first one to be harassed on any level. Huh? So, yeah, Trump comes with these 7 countries, but at the same time, the little island mans now, they're getting ready to get sent back to the Caribbean under the same policy on the DL. Huh? So before we can catch these 7 countries, you guys are going to be the little sweep up first. Huh? That's what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Huh? So, I keep it locked, Charlie, though. I've been watching, I watch that Gleaner TV for all those that want to catch up on news that you don't watch. So go to YouTube and watch Gleaner TV. You can, more or less, if any of the islands got TV, you can catch up with it. Whatever island TV on the YouTube, you can catch up. So catch up with the news and see what's going on. But man, especially in Jamaica, man, the deportees went back. I've seen one actual news clip where they're going to offer some social welfare to some of them coming in now. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to offer some. Because first he was coming in my youth, and they'll have to disperse themselves. See? So if the nano charge, if the nano charge on the island, no, they not say, yo, when they can't go now, So if the nano family, if you pick up or whatever, they don't know where no go. So now what the island's saying is that they're going to have some like support systems, social welfare system that they're going to put in place or trying to, which is good. Right? Anything to help anybody is good, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
So again, not taking into consideration. Look, so the system, like I said, a dog can never be a horse. So when they're ready to latch on their little rulings, it is in effect first.
I want to bring you up to date with something though. Our sisters, Poetic Pilgrimage.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She linked me. So we have some work to do.
Okay, I got you.
So may I wait for you to come to London, man. Yeah, we have some work to do.
Yo, listen. No joke.
No, straight up, man.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, real words, do it.
Real things, man. Straight.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know, my real words, my dad.
Yeah, man. I'm backing it. And the sister up for it, so we are going to put it together, man. Because we have a swing world jamming on the global, because we have the platform, and we want the people them out there now to put the thing together. So I get a hand section, Yeah, man. I play for the hand section, and then why if you come and arrange the whole something.
See?
Yeah, I go promote the show, but why if you come and arrange the thing, because my time is going to be spent putting the hand sections them together. Four sisters. And the Pearls of Islam, the Rasta family daughter them. Yeah, man, put the 3 of them together. Big things. Straight up. Yeah, man. So right now, I have to bow out now and just drop 2 bombs and, Yeah?
Yeah, man, drop 2 bomb now, come got top, you know.
All right.
So, never that time I go bazooka still, I don't know what I say. Oh, you know, going to play the tune, them, same big up, every time, Solid, all
Every
praise
time.
to the Lord, man.
Leave me with a rap, man. Give me a
All
rap.
right. Hold on. I was just showing some peanut. Let me get out of my mouth. 6 minutes water. Hold on.
Because this must be live and direct, you know.
All right. Hold on. Okay.
Come on.
Hold on. Okay. All right. It ain't like I'm running out of balls why I can't speak. It's because I got peanuts, kids. So let me now speak something that is straight off the top. Everybody know when I come through represent hip hop. What is hip hop? It's about feeding the poor. What is hip hop? Something you can't ignore. What is hip hop? It's from the people, yo. And the people, they distinguish where hip hop gotta go. That's my real, if I'm talking real. I'm saying, yeah, I don't need to speak without the still. Now let me just keep on going. I'm like, sorry, man. I know you keep it flowing. Keep putting the info out. Keep playing them tunes. Yeah. Throw your message like a harpoon. When it returns, more people listening. That's how it go. I always keep my mic glistening. Yeah, peace out. Sorry, yeah, man.
Yes, man.
Have
Give
a nice
thanks.
evening, man. Yeah, man. Peace and love to all the family.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, my brother.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, man.
My people not to worry. Oh, well. Hear me now. Be wise now, children, and listen to the words of wisdom. In these troubled times, we gotta be strong. And as sure as the sun shines, I gotta get it 'cause it's really mine. Won't stop, won't give up the fight. I'll do it with all my might right now, 'cause Jaja will do it. And if you seek and you will find it. Mankind knows not the minute or the hour, so do the best in life, I know now. Jaja will do it. Jaja will do it. Will find it. The things you wanna achieve in life is there for you right now, I know that. Whoa, na 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 na. Yeah. Oh, well now. Some think to themselves, there's no hope, there is no solution to these major problems created by man. Oh yes, but as sure as the sun shines, I've gotta get it 'cause it's really mine. Don't stop, don't give up the fight. Do it with all your might, my people. Jaja will do it. Just seek and you will find it. Mankind knows not the minute or the hour, so do the best in life. I pray that Jaja will do it. If you seek and you will find it. The things you wanna achieve in life is there for you right now, I know. Oh, now, yeah, yeah. Whoa, help us, Father. Be wise now, children, and listen to the words of wisdom. In these troubled times, we've gotta be strong. Yeah, now. But as sure as the sun shines, I've gotta get it 'cause it's really mine. Won't stop, won't give up the fight. I'll do it with all my might right now, 'cause Jaja will do it.
Mighty McGregor.
Seek and you will find it. Mankind knows not the minute or the hour, so do the best in life. I pray that Jaja will do it. Do the rest. Seek and you will find it. The things you wanna achieve in life is there for you right now, I know.
Freddie McGregor says, man, lyrics we I give you, cause sometimes people them must say certain things. Listen good, listen keenly. Open both ears and listen, man. Pay attention.
That's what you've been doing all the time.
And we can run turntable till now, till next year. We have no problem with turntable. Vinyl we run some Fridays. Don't play it as a tape. We're good, man, we're full. Beg no steal no borrow. World Jam Global, man, at the .com international. Even the Martians are listening. Remember, we had some gremlins at passport and visa. You think a joke? We was joking. Symbolic languages, man. Freddie McGregor says, Bandolo.
People, open up your mind. Is that what you're hoping for? Can't you see there's no milk, no honey, no money, no money, and that's not funny.
Big
Go
show.
down, Bandolo, man, go down. Go down, you've got to reach the ground. I'm a telling it to you well.
Clifton.
That's what you've been doing all the time. You're playing Bandolo on everyone's mind. Keep the people in utter darkness. Don't want them to see no fullness. Let them go, make them try. I'm sure there's a way they're bound to survive. Go down, Bandolo, man, go down.
I tell you, man. Freddie McGregor says, you understand? World Jam, listen. On section.
I know that I feel secure. I know that I feel secure. Oh Lord.
Going out to wise minds. Listen.
I feel secure. Praising Jah more and more. I feel secure. Praising Jah more and more. Yeah. For His merciful kindness is great towards us, and only in Jah do I trust. I feel secure. Praising Jah more and more. In times of trouble, I call on His name. Jah, Jah never change. He's always the same. I feel secure. Praising Jah more and more. I feel secure. Oh, yeah. Praising Jah more and more. Where there is darkness, He prepares the light. Come on now, let's get it together and do it right.
Did you hear that?
But I feel secure.
Did you heard that?
Praising Jah more and more.
Understand me, no man.
I feel secure. Praising Jah more and more. Oh, well now.
World Jam Global on the .com, man. Don't freak out. Don't leak out. We just seek all about consciousness, proper things.
For His merciful kindness is great towards us, and only King Selassie I trust. I feel secure. praising Jah more and more. In times of trouble, I call on His name. Jah, Jah never change. He's always the same. I feel secure, praising Jah more and more. I feel secure, praising Jah more and more. Where there is darkness, He prepares the light. Come on, my people, get it together and do it right. I feel secure, praising Jah more and more. I feel secure, praising Jah more and more.
Yeah, the mighty. We keep saying mighty to everybody, but Mr. Freddie McGregor, you know. Yes, worldjamglobal.com. My brother just called me, and we just give you a reasoning and an understanding, because our parents, you know, stand predominant, and we love them, and we pay attention to them. Yes, sir.
Yes, for virtue started Parkwood.
Yeah. Oh, what is this, man? Introduce yourself, man. Me know.
What is this, man? Introduce yourself, man.
Hey, the thing. Hey, hold up. Yeah. You have your way there on, man. So you replay. Yeah, man. Can you replay yourself?
All right. Yo, Wagwan.
Yes. Greetings. Salam alaikum.
How are you, Charlie? I just hear the brother Dawood on the radio stuff.
Yes, my brother.
I mean, I listened to when I talk still. I was listening to you talking about this
Deporting.
Commonwealth thing. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, man, I was just saying to the brother myself, yeah, that like for me, I can't believe that black people are surprised.
No, don't say black people. No, hold on. Don't say black people. Say us.
Okay. All right then. Okay. Watch this. My mistake, yeah. But I can't believe that we are surprised because these people, like, they endlessly betray us.
Of course.
Endlessly. You understand?
Yes, sir.
This is not the first betrayal. Even going back to what the brother was saying before, and even the revelations of the ethnicity of the people from the Bible. Like, this is a betrayal because you spent like centuries trying to portray something completely different. You understand? And even you can go further than that and look at like civilization and look at you understand what I'm saying to you? So I can't understand why we would be surprised with the modern day betrayal. Because even last week, yeah, there was one of the conservative MPs when they was arguing with the rest of the people them about the Brexit business. He said we will go back to the Commonwealth to rebuild Britain's wealth. Huh? After you've done like rape the place and look, my mother born 1936 and she have a British certificate in her, a British birth certificate.
Yeah.
1936. You understand? She's born in Dominica and she's got a British birth certificate. And when Thatcher was in power, they made her pay to say like you have to stay in a place. But she's got a British birth certificate.
Yeah.
And you've been raping the country. You've been taking the fruits of the country, the fruits of the Commonwealth. And then you still made the people pay to stay in Britain. And now you're deporting them. And then you're announcing to your brethren in Parliament how we're going to use the Commonwealth to rebuild the status of Britain.
Yes.
So I can't understand why we would be surprised. You understand? What would really surprise me is if we stood up and said, not too weak. You ain't doing these things too weak. You understand?
Yes,
That's
sir.
what would really surprise me because that's what has to happen. We have to stand up together and say, nah, man, we're not take this no more. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, sir.
Like even this year, yeah, I work with a number of Nigerian people. And this year, through Black History Month, American Black History, we have pepper them. Now pepper them with information. A Ugandan woman who don't know nothing. Nothing. You understand? Now pepper her with little things like, we invent the elevator, we the traffic light, we did it. And then all of a sudden, the information comes to them from a different source. And they come back to me and say, you know what? You were right. We did this, we did. And I'm looking at them and I think, because I've been to Nigeria, a big and beautiful country, you know. And I'm thinking like, what? Did you doubt me? Understand? Did you doubt me? Or did you doubt yourselves? You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes,
So
sir.
what would surprise me is if we stood up as a body and said, nah, we don't take this no more. You have to take liberties. You understand?
Good word, man. Liberty.
Look, we've got beautiful orators. We've got beautiful speakers. Like on the internet, you'll find enough information from enough of our peoples. On the YouTube, you'll find enough programs by enough of our peoples. But bro, we have to come together. The way that we sit back and moan, it's just like their little social system, their benefit system where where people stay at home and just rely upon that little change to come true. And when it not reach enough, them are complaining or it's enough. You understand?
Yeah.
We have to stand up. We have to stop rely upon them to see the wickedness of their ways.
Yes,
You understand
sir.
what I'm saying to you?
Yep.
That's a ton up stuff. Even, look, we have talked to a sister this morning. You hear me? And we have talked about this whole history, this whole Islamic something. And we have told the sister here that the people who are there, them now teach me nothing in the start because we find our way to here. They've never come look for it. You understand what I'm saying to you, brother?
Yes, sir.
And I'm referring her back to certain things. Like what Brother Bob said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Now, that's our own people telling us, you know. Not a big scientist, not a big politician, you know. Not a big government man, I tell you this, you know. This is one of our own people saying to us, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our kind. Huh? You hear what they say?
Yes, sir.
So we don't have to sit down and worry about their wickedness because they got more wicked things than that to do. Remember when we was youth here, because now today, when I watch the boy in upon the telly, when I watch the boy in upon the train when I'm going to work here, when I watch the boy when I'm going to work here, we see them out, I read the Sun. And when I was a youth growing up, the Sun was one of the wickedest newspapers, you know. I'll put things like the Black Monster do this and the Black. I like that, yes.
No.
And you used to say, all of them newspapers used to demonize black people. Huh? And today, our own black children are the ones who are holding them papers up financially. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, sir.
I'm saying that our own people have come over time. Musicians, orators, lecturers, professors. They've told us, they've instructed us on the way that we have to go forward. You understand? So when we see these things that come, because even I was doing a training today in work, a safeguarding training, safeguarding adults and children and vulnerable people. And I was saying and they were telling me what you can do, what can be construed as abuse. And I said to them, like, you know, like even talking to a person with an old person or a person with learning disabilities and saying certain words can be construed as abuse. And I'm saying to them, yeah, but this to make sense because you're giving these people, it's overbalanced. It's not balanced because police and immigration man can kill me and say they're doing it in the name of restraint. And I can't even say a word to a man that is construed as verbal abuse or violent abuse. And you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, sir.
So we can't wait for these people to give us justice. We have to find a way to come together and seek justice.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
We can't wait for these people, man. You understand? We have to find a way. Look, our youth are running around. Yeah. You see my youth last week in some tight trousers and that. I'm not trying to talk to the youth and say, brother, you're anorexic. Where are we in them clothes for? And the man he cannot see it. Sorry, he cannot see it. So the youth then is on a different wavelengths. Them are kill each other. Them are fight for postcodes. And
Yes.
still their parents have to pay rent to the postcode where they are. So them not own nothing. You understand? A man can just come. Like the new law come out now to say that, yo, if you live in council housing, if they transfer you, yeah, you lose the right to have like a unlimited tenancy. You understand what I'm saying to you? So
Yes.
now, yeah, you have no guarantees. They can give you a 10-year tenancy, and after 10 years, say, listen, you have to go. We can't do nothing for you no more. The law has changed now. So you're killing Mandem for a postcode, for an address, for a street, for a road that you don't own, that you have no control over. That even if a bigger man comes, you can just tell you, say, listen, I'm sorry, my man, you have to move, go along. And you have to let go along, and there's nothing you can do. But you have to get nice to that rude boy.
So,
And we can't even let the youth them understand that. Really?
yes, sir.
So
So
I
here,
don't-
hold
I
up,
don't
hold up,
know
hold
how
up.
big-
Here what me want you to do now. See, on Friday now, you have to come back.
Yes.
But why if you drop a lyric, give me 1 minute, and me move up.
What, right now?
Yeah, man, I put you on the spot, man.
Boy,
Hey,
listen,
just give me one line.
watch this now. Watch this.
All
I'll
right.
hear some old-time lyrics. If you didn't have the pressure on side, I'm going to tell you to drop this, but no worry your mind. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to hear lyrics still. See? Watch this now. Yo. This is not a word, it's a warning people. Unconscious man will recognize evil. Full time now, that's our efforts double. Come mankind in the world of trouble. Yeah, mister. This is not a word, it's a warning people. Unconscious man will recognize evil. Full time now, that our efforts double. Come mankind in the world of trouble. The devil does a grin. If he say with him, for him a going. A man in every fucking soldier deny everything. Man who you are watching, you are listening, never sing. The bandits of the screw them around the whole thing to ching ching. You know what are the wickedest thing? They make an humble them a feeling suffering. If you rise up black people, you'll see what's happening. Sure, man.
Pull up, man.
I
Give
just trying to give you some. You
proper
understand?
things. Give
Yeah,
thanks.
Man,
Give
but enough
thanks.
things.
Yeah,
Give
man.
thanks, Charlie.
Give thanks,
and
my
the
brother.
people out there.
Yes,
Listen
sir.
to the radio station. Stay conscious and focused.
Focus.
And God will bless you.
Yes,
understand?
I. Lovely.
All right. Bless up.
Bless up.
up.
Straight to Mr. Babylon. Say, I know your evil plan, Mr. Babylon. Bobby, Babylon. You're wrong, man. Bobby, Babylon. Trouble, Jaja plan. Bobby, Babylon. You're wrong, man. Bobby, Babylon. You brought us down here in captivity. Feed us with your brutality. Turn your back on humanity. You got no love and no dignity, man. Bobby, Babylon. Say you're wrong, man. Bobby, Babylon. Trouble, Jaja plan. Bobby, Babylon. Doesn't I, man. Bobby, Babylon. You took away our father's gold, robbed them of their sevenfold. Now you're locked behind the door, not knowing one day we would know the score, man. Babylon, say you're wrong, man. I know. I'll make you tingle with the light, show you loving all the time. Whoa, whoa, well, I'm not in a position to maintain you the way that you're accustomed to. Can't take you out to fancy places like other fellas that I know can do. I'm only able to romance you and make you tingle with delight. Financially, I'm a pauper, but when it comes to loving, I'm alright. Alright.
We are juggle through something. Freddie McGregor. Surface dwellers. Stop it. learn, we teach, we grow, we honor, and we are disciplined. So we are say, he who fears to weep should learn to be kind to those who weep. We love that. He who fears to weep should learn to be kind to those who weep. So we pray that we don't have to do too much more weeping through the course of things.
Ethiopia land is best of all. Repatriate and make we take it all. No plan for you and I, man.
So we say,
work hard and make we do it in a yard.
See you all on Friday. Cultural expression. Listen good to this. We change up the thing and we introduce certain things. So give thanks. This is the best we did with your things and times. See you Friday. Cultural expression Friday.
Africa have some real nice people. When you reach there, I know you will see it. No plan for you and I, man. Work hard and make we
are going in. So give thanks. Move safely, move kindly, love each other, appreciate one another. Because me love all things about Africa and African people.
Here is how we gonna take it. Take our tracks up to North Africa. Then we move down to South Africa. Make a move over.